Morning, everyone. Happy, glorious. What is today, Ned? Thursday?
Maybe.
It all blends in on the mountain. Is we're on mountain time. I've tried to explain that to Ned. I don't know how many times we're on mountain time here, folks. But seriously, I've got Ned Murray back. He's the executive director of Friends of the Parks. And we've got the big granddaddy event coming up. It kicks off spring. Yesterday got us all ready for it, right?
Okay. Yeah, it did.
Yesterday got us ready.
Yep.
So we've got Trails and Trilliums, and for those who don't really know, it's in Beersheba. This is the third year in Beersheba, I think?
Third year in Beersheba Springs. Yep.
So we're going to kind of go over the lay of the land on this. I know sometimes we just kind of go, oh, yeah, okay. It's really cool. So we're going to kind of go over it, give it like a bird's eye scout of what's going on for trails.
Yeah, cool.
You want to do a kind of an overview?
You want it? Sure. So this is actually the 21st year of Trails and Trilliums, but it's changed and evolved over time. It's only been it's been with Friends of the Parks for a portion of that time. It didn't start. It started actually as a fundraiser for St. Andrew Sewanee, but it's really grown. So what it is today is, I think the best way to describe it is sort of a nature rally or a nature festival. And it's an opportunity for people to come together and gather in that great little community of Beersheba Springs and enjoy and explore and learn about the natural world that's all around us. Our theme this year is Wonders Hiding in Plain Sight.
Oh.
Right? Because we all have all of this this is one of the most diverse and unique areas in our country. Mm-hmm. But those of us who are from here and live here don't always know why that is or what that is, or we don't always see what's right in front of us. So it's a 3-day festival, starts Friday afternoon, April 4th, and finishes up on Sunday afternoon on the 6th. And there are guided hikes and walks and workshops and adventures throughout the weekend. So people can come sort of do a deep dive with other folks and learn about what's right here in our own backyard.
Mm-hmm. Man, well, my folks know I'm a Tennessee naturalist. Super excited about that. But I learned so much that I didn't know, and I've been hiking for a hot minute, and I learned so much that I did not know.
It's just fascinating, and there's a little something for everybody. So if you're really interested in the geology and why all of this, how it formed and why water does what it does, we have geologists who will take you on hikes or do presentations.
Brand Potter doing it?
Absolutely, Brand Potter.
You have not lived until you had a Brand Potter hike.
Oh, that we have amazing people, local people and people from outside. We have professors and writers, but we also have just local knowledge folks, people from the area who can talk about the old ways and the old days. You can come learn about edible plants and foraging, birding, birds and salamanders, tree identification. If you want to take a good hard hike down into the Gulf, into Savage Gulf, and look at wildflowers, you can do that. If you just want a nice casual walk around Beersheba Springs and learn about their colorful history, you can do that.
Sanford McGee, by the way.
He's leading a couple of wonderful sessions out there. So there's just a little bit of something for everybody. We have hands-on. There will be skulls and pelts and animals that people, and we try to have student programming, and children are welcome, and there's just all kinds of great stuff. And then there's adventures. You can go canoeing or rappelling if you want to get into that. Even at night, we'll have some star watch parties with some telescopes out. Or if you just rather sit around the bonfire and tell tall tales, we can do that. And it's just a really, really fun and informative weekend. It's a fun way to learn more about the natural world that's right here all around us.
Yeah, it is. I am new to the Friends, and I'm just amazed on, I've gone to Trails and Trilliums almost every year, native plant sales or this or that, and I've always gone, but I've never been behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it's so fascinating how everybody just plays team. You have so many superstars in that group that just play team, and then there it is.
There it is. It's a huge undertaking. We have 77 workshops and hikes and walks, I think. 20 of them are already sold out, but we still have over 50 that are open. There'll be somewhere around 300 people participating, and then another almost 100 volunteers helping run the event. So it's big and it's complicated, and getting all those parts and pieces together and schedule and creating it so that every age, every ability, every interest level can find something to learn from and to engage in.
What would you tell folks, because it's in Beersheba Springs and it's so pretty there. Oh my goodness. What would you tell local folks that have not, sometimes wonders in plain sight. Sometimes we live here and we just don't realize how amazing our place is.
I think that's it. That's what, I've only been back for a couple of years now, living here full time. And meeting these people and listening to what they have to teach me, it just helps me see and appreciate what's right in front of me even more. That thing that you just sort of sometimes take things for granted, or you've always sort of wondered, and then you hear a Brand Potter describe how it all came to be, and your walk in the woods is never the same again. It's just richer and healthier and more interesting. And so I would say this is a great opportunity to come have the curtain pulled back a little bit and learn more about what's in our own backyard. That's what Thoreau wrote about. That's
right.
Yeah, it's you. There's more to learn. There's all you need to learn right there in your backyard if you just will take the time to take a look at it. And then people have particular interests. You can come learn about bats or salamanders. There is a session about how to manage your own backyard in a way that attracts the kinds of butterflies or whatever.
We love that.
There's a lot of real practical stuff. People who are more contemplative, they can do nature journaling or forest bathing. People who are more physical can go on a hike. And I think if you go to the event website, trailsandtrilliums.org, it's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
To work on that. Trails and Trilliums, and you might have to figure out how to spell all those things. I have to look up Trilliums. Is it one L or is it two L's?
We do that every year, and it's an and, not an and.
And for the website, you spell it out though. So that's a great place to go and look and just see what programs there are and see what tickles your fancy. People can come for a day. We have a lot of people come spend the whole weekend with us. It's a really wonderful event. I can brag about it because it's new to me. Last year was actually my first year to ever attend. So I feel like I can come and brag about it without being personally boastful.
Well, it is. I know, totally true. Now we've taken out the kids. Now Margaret's still coming with her critters.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, it would not
absolutely
be a Trails and Trilliums without Margaret's critters. But we've taken out the kids component and we're just going to move it to other programming at another time.
Well, yeah, we just want to incorporate them, right? So the approach the last couple of years was to have a whole separate set of activities, a separate location, a separate space, and separate programming and separate staffing for the children. But they felt disconnected from the core of the event. And so what we've sort of said is we want the people who bring their children to be able to include them in all that's going on. So parents have to do a lot of thinking about what's appropriate for their children and their situation, whether they can manage this hike or not, and whether this presentation will capture their attention, or they need to go somewhere else. But we've worked really hard, somewhere else in the program, but we've worked really hard to make sure there's lots of programming for every age group.
Okay, good. So you just kind of melded it all in.
Yeah. Kids want to learn about the world around them as well, right?
They do too.
And the wonders hiding in plain sight often they see before we do. So I think they'll really add a richness, those who want to bring their children.
Well, you're an educator by trade, basically.
I am, and I think one of the mistakes we often make with kids is dumbing things down too much. We think kids won't be interested, so we try to entertain them. And there's not much more entertaining than what's happening right out here on this plateau in the natural world.
Well, it's like, and back in the old days, I know we had some tough times in the past, and we're getting over it. And it is about educating our kids about here. I mean, they live in
Exactly.
paradise.
Exactly. So I was telling you a story earlier. We, the Friends of the Parks takes kids into the parks all the time. So this year we took every third, fourth, and fifth grader in Grundy County schools and in Monteagle Elementary into the park for a day of standards-based learning activities and adventure activities. We designed and implemented the curriculum. But what we find is, and we did, that's twice what we took last year, and we're going to expand it again next year. But what we find is these students who live often right next door or within just a few miles of the parks have never been in there. And I had one grandparent tell me, he sort of said by explanation, well, we don't go in the parks, but it's the same as what I have in my backyard. I live right up here on the plateau, which to some degree is true, although the lands in those parks have been protected because there's really some very unique characteristics to them, right? But having it in your backyard and knowing what you're looking at and understanding it and appreciating it are different things. And so having these students with us in essentially their backyard, and to be able to reveal to them the wonders and explain why the trees change and what these leaves mean and why these fungi grow here, and knowing what you can eat and what not to eat, and how to be safe and appropriate also. Our park rangers deal with an awful lot of medical first aid and evacuations, and frankly, occasionally even deaths that really could be prevented with a little more education.
Yeah.
So we want to help people know how to be in the natural world a little better, and also just understand and appreciate it more.
Yeah, because it's theirs, and it almost feels like going back to the old days.
It is.
I mean, it is. That's how it feels. It's just this wonderful movement to get back to Mother Nature.
And away from our screens.
And away from our dang screens.
Yeah. Now stay on your screen right now.
Yeah, please.
But when we're done, turn it off.
No, don't
walk away.
But seriously, right?
Yeah.
It's
exactly what it is.
That's that dopamine that kids get on their screens, and it's not real life.
It's very basic. There's just endless research that tells us being out in the natural world is good for us. It's physically good for us. We'll be healthier, live longer. It's mentally and emotionally better for us. Less stress, less anxiety. Walk away from all of that business. It's for those for whom this matters. It can be a deeply spiritually healthy and enriching experience. It's just good for us as individuals. And when we do it with groups and we bring 1 million visitors into our parks, it's good for our community. If we can get more and more local people to spend a weekend in the park instead of watching television, the whole community will benefit and thrive from that.
Amen. Well, I hear there's some cool TV star, local TV star, doing a panel discussion with the 3 state park managers. I don't know who that could be. But
well, I only know one local TV star.
They only need one. Super excited about that. What do you want to garner from each of our state park managers? Because 3 state parks in our region.
It's really amazing, and it tells you that it just reinforces that this region is so unique, and that has the attention of people, not just locally, but outside of here. The governor and the legislature recognized how important this is, how important these lands are, how important it is to our economy, as well as to our community health, as we just talked about, and have invested in it. And the real issue is we are protecting a little more land, so we have grown the parks a little bit, but really it's just about helping manage and be better stewards of the lands we already have. So it was already part of the state park system, Savage Gulf, all the way over to Hawkins Cove. But that's 50 miles of the plateau. Drive that from end to end when you're racing to an emergency. So it's very hard for us to be good stewards, for the parks to be good stewards of that, with one staff and one welcome center and the equipment in one place, all of that business. So by taking all of that land and making 3 distinct parks, that creates more staff, a little more resources, better investment in each of them so that we can be better stewards. And I think the other thing that allows us to do is help people spread out a little more. Mm-hmm. We all know if you go to Foster Falls on a summer Saturday,
you
right?
And all your 100,000 friends
exactly.
will be there swimming.
Exactly. But of course, the local folks know the wonderful swim hole just upstream or at the next trailhead, and so we really want to help distribute our park visitors a little bit more and really experience Lost Cove as just a special place as Fiery Gizzard or Savage Gulf.
Yeah, that's so wild. Head of the Crow.
Head of the Crow State Park.
Now, where is that? Where is that in all of the scheme of things with Head of the Crow? Oh, wait, no, you'll find out at Trails and Trilliums.
Well, no, I mean, I think people want to know this and need to know this. So it's essentially the parkland that was on the other side of I-24. Mm-hmm. Most of it's in Franklin County, so it's a section of Lost Cove. It's Hawkins Cove on the other side, almost to Cowan. Natural Bridge is over there. People know about that, or the Sherwood Forest. But it will also include Carter State Natural Area. Mm-hmm. And so right now it's about 4,100 acres. And it's separated parcels, and the park is working with landowners to try to connect all those, expand the park. We'll probably this year announce another 1,000 to 1,500 acres added to that park, mostly to just help connect it. And of course, it's also going to be adjacent to the Mountain Goat Trail at that end, which will connect all 3 of our parks. So it's a really cool, special place. And there's a wonderful partnership with the university. You know, a lot of people think the university is walled off down there, but they've really embraced the new park and have been a great partner in helping think about land acquisition, think about a site for a new welcome center. They've actually helped provide the temporary welcome center now right there on Highway 41A.
Oh, the old depot?
The old depot, or my generation of Sewanee students knows it as the old pharmacy.
The old pharmacy, right.
But that was already being remodeled and restored to be sort of a welcome center for Sewanee and for the Mountain Goat Trail. Mm-hmm. Well, that's now where the Head of the Crow park offices are. Nice. Temporarily, until we build a new welcome center over there, which is going to be 3 to 5 years.
Sure.
It's a long, slow process for that to happen.
Well, that's okay, because we still have to get through Stone Door doing their visitors.
Exactly. We're playing the long game.
Right on. All right. How can give us a recap on where they can go for all this information?
So the best place for Trails and Trilliums is to go to the separate website for that event, trailsandtrilliums.org. Mm-hmm. But if people have trouble with that, you can access it from the Friends website, which is Friends of South Cumberland, also a mouthful. I didn't have anything to do with either of those. But it's what it is, friendsofsouthcumberland.org. Mm-hmm. Either of those will get you to that information.
Yeah, and you kind of did it a little differently, and not to go back and forth, but you can do a weekend pass.
Yep.
Or you can have a day pass,
right,
for each of the ones.
That's right.
And you can do a wine and wildflower just for the soiree at the Big Red Barn.
Yeah, so we have something every night. The Friday night, there's a hootenanny. We have a little cookout and some mountain music and a fire pit kind of thing. And then Saturday night, over at the Big Red Barn, there's a big wine and wildflowers evening. That's a lot of fun. We got some mountain music there, and people can come to that and enjoy the bonfire afterwards, or the stargazing both nights. We keep people busy. There's something all the time. Well, we'll shut it down,
Yeah, well, that's what all the fun says. Last year, when they did the spoken word, we did Randy Hedgepath Day. I mean, it was celebrating all things Randy. And they have Randy beer.
Yep.
And, he's such a legend. But then the bonfire, it was almost like you're in a storybook, because you've got this big bonfire And then you've got Brand doing his thing. You got Mary Priestley doing her thing, like the spoken word. And it was spiritual, really.
Once again, old school, taking it back. You don't see any screens and laptops out there except at the presentations, and we're getting back to our roots. It's really a lot of fun. It's amazing.
It is. Well, get involved.
And Randy Hedgepath will be there.
Is Randy coming?
Randy's coming back and doing some presentations. We're doing our Mac Pritchard annual hike to remember Mac, the first Tennessee State naturalist.
Yeah.
It's an amazing cast of characters. We have a keynote address on Saturday that John Evans, a professor at Sewanee, is going to do. Well, he's got the core of the hiding in plain sight story. He's going to finally be able, I think, to announce that they discovered a new species of wildflower right here on the plateau that we have all seen.
We've all seen it.
We've all seen it.
Wonders in plain sight.
We've all seen it right there, and we thought these two, this purple and blue flower, were one flower, and they actually are very, very different. And the story of how that came about is really cool. Saturday at lunchtime, it involves French spies. A fascinating piece is the role of iNaturalist, the app.
I love iNaturalist.
Okay, well, they could not, John will tell us that they could not have gotten to where they are with identifying this species without iNaturalist, which is fascinating to me because it's just us, right?
It's crowdsourcing.
It's not, we're not scientists and biologists.
Yeah.
But so that's just a really great story that kind of encapsulates the whole thing.
John, I want to hike from him at St. Andrews at one of their fundraisers. We have so many really cool people.
Well, absolutely.
Like here.
Absolutely. People, if you're drawn to this place, there's a reason.
Yeah.
And so the people who grow up in this place are very special because of what that means. And then the people who find it and love it, they bring something to it. We talk so much about how rich and diverse the natural world on this plateau is, and it is. And if you come to Trails and Trilliums, you sort of learn more about why and how that's really true. But I think the exact same thing is true for the people who live here. We're just as diverse and interesting. We are, because the same reason the plants and animals are, because they found a hospitable environment. We have Canadian species that came here ahead of the Ice Age. And when the ice receded, unlike snowbirds, they didn't go back.
They didn't go back.
Because they liked it.
Here.
This is good. This is even better. And I think the same thing happens with really interesting, wonderful people.
Oh, I've always found, I'm the local in the group, and there's tons of local. Everyone gets here, but the richness of the folks that love here is just amazing. It is, and all of that's kind of what we capture in Trails and Trilliums. There's something for everyone. It's the same thing up here. There are different reasons people love it, but it's all somehow ties back to this amazing piece of God's creation. Amen. Yeah. Amen. Are you going to have the sunrise service over at the Cross? Are we going to do that again? We have a guest theologian leading that. Ooh, who's doing it this year? Well, I'll just give you the hint that they're about as close as the TV star is. Are you doing it? I am. Yeah, I forget that you have that other side. I got a D-min, yep. So we'll have a nice... I don't think we'll do it quite at sunrise. Thank you. Sunrise is pretty early that time of year. Saturday night gets her a little late for... But we will have a Sunday morning service there at the... as long as weather is good enough, they have a wonderful outdoor chapel with an overlook of the valley right on the bluff, and it's a beautiful, beautiful setting. Great way to start the day. Don't you feel like God and nature just go hand in hand? Well, I mean, I know the obvious, but I mean, That's what my whole doctoral thesis was about. What? Yep. That's another show. That's a whole nother show. See, it's so fascinating. I told you guys that Sewanee bison, the Sewanee classifieds puts me in contact with so many interesting people, and it's weird how God has a great sense of humor. So I one time got a chair from Tom Sanders, way back when, and I got my favorite couch from Ned, who just moved here with his beautiful wife, and here we are. I mean,
I still want that couch back.
I love that flipping couch. We went to the lodge in Gunnersville. Every single piece of furniture was a leather couch or chair.
Yep. You keep rubbing that in. You know, my wife made me get rid of that.
She did. She really did. She's like,
Every time I see you, rub it in, Iva.
I said, it's okay. All right. Any last words?
Please tell people about Trails and Trilliums. If for anyone who's interested in learning a little bit more about what's right here in front of us, it's a great time.
Wonderful. Yeah. And it's early this year.
April 4 through 6.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can come for any one of those days, any two, or all three. And again, at that website, there's all the information about lodging opportunities for people who want to go there and stay, and food is taken care of, and it's all right there.
Yeah, they can cook over there. We have the best food. I mean, they really take care of us. All right. Well, I'm going to send Ned out to spread joy and sunshine wherever he goes. And we're going to take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back. As always, thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain. I'll see you in a minute.
Thanks for having me.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-981-8940.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-981-8940.
TennCare's new diaper benefit helps our youngest members and their families stay healthy and happy. If your child is younger than 2 and has TennCare or Cover Kids, they can get up to 100 diapers every month at no cost. To get diapers, visit a participating pharmacy. You don't need a prescription. Just show your child's pharmacy card at the counter. For newborns without a card, you can use the parent's pharmacy card. The pharmacy staff will check to see if you qualify and help you get up to 100 diapers for a month. TennCare will cover a variety of diaper brands and sizes to meet your child's needs. You can find a list of covered brands on the TennCare diaper webpage.
Diapers are available at Mike's Pharmacy, located at 740 Main Street in Tracy City. That's Mike's Pharmacy, 592-9190.
Piggly Wiggly, a supermarket chain since 1916, operates more than 600 locally owned stores, including the Mont Eagle location that now stocks the largest selection of fine wine, domestic and import beer in the area. Piggly Wiggly's farm fresh fruit is a sweet deal at everyday low prices. Piggly Wiggly stocks carefully selected, always fresh vegetables from the common to the unusual. All of the organic products we sell meet strict USDA guidelines. The Pig has a large meat department that to this date custom cuts and wraps its pork, chicken, and certified Angus beef to your request. Certified Angus beef brand is a cut above USDA Prime Choice and Select. With a large dairy selection of fresh milk and cheese products and your favorite drink products, you will never go home thirsty from the Pig. Visit the Piggly Wiggly Deli and put in your order for an outstanding selection of cheeses, salads, and deli meat products from Boar's Head brand and more. Be sure to check out our weekly special circular for great deals. That's the Piggly Wiggly of Mont Eagle, Tennessee.
Righty. Well, I love Ned. Honestly, I used to be one of the folks, and I'm willing to admit it. I used to be one of the folks, and I think I've told you this before, that I just did not feel that all of that public land was that was the best use. It was, why are we, we don't get property tax dollars, blah, 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 blah. I was one of those detractors. They just lock away our land and blah, blah, blah. Well, when development hit, thank goodness the parks, thank goodness the Friends did what they did in the conservation aspects, and the state did what they did, because we would not have the most amazing state parks in the state, if not the country. I mean, we are getting inundated with everyone bragging about our state parks. So, I'll be the first one to say, I was wrong, and it's important. So there's that. Speaking of important, oh my gosh, Miracle on the Mountain Play Outside Park groundbreaking ceremony is today at 1. Now it's going to be at 1 sharp. So get there 12:30ish and find your parking. There's going to be parking at different places. They'll have different places for people to park, and there'll be directionals and all of that. Then there's a big tent on site. It's at the junction, so that's junction, and you will see folks. And there's also going to be shuttle services to and from the parking. It's going to start at 1. It's going to be about 30 minutes. So just kind of do that accordingly. I don't think that it's going to rain, so that's the positive thing. But that's at 1 o'clock, and that project is truly a miracle. Honestly, it is truly a miracle. So I know that in the 20 plus years that I've been home, it's been talked about, a water park, something has been talked about for all those years. That's what the folks want. And finally, we're going to get it. I know it's not a pool, and I really wanted a pool, but it's a place worth water that you get to enjoy the outdoors with your neighbors, and kids get to play in a safe environment, and people that have disabilities get a chance to play too. Oh, just all so warm and fuzzy. All right, by the Grundy County Herald. That's my plug. That, and Barbara Meyer's family is doing an estate sale over at her house on Dutchtown tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's 9 to 4 Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday, and 9 to 2 on Sunday. And Barbara had a ton of decorations and things. So if you're into decorating or she's got a million quilts, then pop on by there. It's on Dutchtown Road. Also, Miss Berry Valentine Pageant is this Saturday at the Coalmont Community Center. There was something else. Oh, and I want to talk about the Shrove. Easter is upon us. And Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday, whatever it's called, is this coming Tuesday. There is a pancake supper at Christ Church in Tracy City that's from 5 to 7, $5. And there is a I think it's pancake waffle supper over at Pelham UMC on Tuesday at 5. And Myers Hill is changing it up a little bit, and they're doing a waffle lunch on Sunday right after the service until the next service. So, that 5-hour time period. And then they're taking donations, and the donations go to the fishing rodeo, the annual fishing rodeo kids in June. And it is one of the best kids event in in Grundy County. It's the best kids event. That and the youth deer hunting are the two premier events for that. So let's help them out. Let's go to birthdays. Let's go to birthdays. Today is Thursday, the 27th. Oh, and I met with Keith Killebrew, the artist that was on here a couple of, was it last week before? It all blends in. And I think there's going to be a mural project over in Tracy City, because he's got his new studio up in Tracy. So we might have like an artist in residence program. Honestly, it's all kind of coolly coming together. I have nothing on my calendar. Let's go on to here. Birthdays. Happy birthday to Dee Willis. Dee is 70 years old today. Way to go. Drew Lonergan, 32. Tom Umphris, he was in my Novak days, 55. And then Terry Frank. I wonder if Terry Frank is still the mayor over in, I think it's Scott County, county mayor. Her son went to St. Andrews, or he probably has graduated by then. Anyway, happy birthday, Terry. I was on one of her, she used to have a podcast way back when, and I was doing my lobbyist stuff for the off-highway vehicle group, and she had me on talking about some legislation, which reminds me, so I talked to Representative Bricken yesterday, and he feels pretty positive about the biosolid legislation, and I asked him, I said, I'm going to keep posted on that because it's of interest to our folks. And he goes, well, do you want to testify? I'm like, oh my gosh, sure, we'll do it. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep an eye on that. And what that biosolid bill does, Representative Bricken and Senator Bowling has it, is it just gives Grundy County legislators, county commission, the ability to approve biosolid waste in Grundy County. So it's not the treatment of it per se, as Mayor Brady said yesterday. It's not the treatment. They're doing what they're doing by law, but it's the how they spread it. So I don't know. Representative Bricken seems to think that it's going to go through. It seems pretty easy peasy. So it's in subcommittee right now. All right, let's go into the prayer list. We have a bunch. Don't forget, tomorrow is our giveaway, and Monday starts our new prayer list. So if there's anyone that I've already started the March prayer list. Dave has surgery on March 1st. I've already got that one on there. Ken Barrett, that's Kenny and Elaine's son, was in an accident. Let's pray for him. Steve Melton needs to get his butt home. All the unspoken, and there's plenty of them, and there's a special one. Christine has a special unspoken prayer, and Miss Joan has some special unspoken prayers. So let's consider them. Frank Brawley, Herschel Parson, Laurie Parson, Chloe King, Wyatt, Taylor Crichton, Kimberly Malinowski, Louie Nolan, and Sakura Meeks, Joyce and Charlie McDowell, Vicki Green, Vicki Lane, Lisa Lane, Brenda Caldwell, Jimmy Bonner, Cheryl Foshee, Dulce and Christine Nunley, Danny Crabtree, Dave Crabtree, Susie Lane, Joseph Roddy, Baby Denny. She had surgery yesterday. Hopefully we'll find out more. Joni Baby Denny, Nellie Schrum, Daffy Nolan, Lee Bowers. He's on the road. Granny Barb's babies. They are on the road, but we're just going to continue for the rest of this month. Rusty Meeks family. Randy Butner's brother-in-law, Raymond. Lewis Braden. Dee Meeks family. Brother Osment. Bill Frisbee's mother. And I think by golly that's it. So just let me know if I missed anybody. Lord, please lift up all of our folks, especially the unspoken. You are a glorious and wonderful God, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. And we know your will be done, and we just trust in you, in your wisdom. And all we ask is please wrap your arms around these folks that we're asking about today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Our phones are fun. Oh, Saturday is the basketball game. I think that's what I got from Coach. Saturday is the big first round of state championships. I think that's how they go. As you know, we lost. Here it is. We lost the championship game horribly, and it's Sam's last home appearance too. So go. It's versus Lewis County this Saturday at 7 p.m. Let's come on out and support Sam Parsons' last home appearance. He's the Mr. 2000. That phone, our phones. I'm so sorry. All right, that's it. All right, I'm going to let the phones do another little cycle. What else is going on? trailsandtrilliums.org. They've got weekend. They've sent out pre-registration, and that's now open. If you have any questions, holler at me about that. I think my presentation or my panel discussion is on Saturday. But yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to go do it. Morning. What else? Well, we let that do. I tell you what. Let's hold off on phone calls and let this recycle. And see if we can filter in one at a time. I really don't know how that's going to go, but just hold off for a second. All right. We're going to solve this at some point. Morning. It may not even work today, isn't it? I mean, it's not funny, but it's... Yeah, well, we're just going to turn it off, and we're going to let it do its thing, and we're going to turn it back on. And we're going to hold off on phone calls. I promise you we'll get everyone that needs to call. I know tomorrow is the big giveaway, 425s, 100, 25, 25, 25, 25. And we've got a big bucket full of numbers on here. So, all right. What else is going on? Let's see what else is going on while we're waiting for those phones to cycle. I think I'm going to do Facebook Live at the groundbreaking today. So I will put that probably under mine, or GCTV6. I'll probably do GCTV6 if I can, if I have service. That's the key thing with any Facebook Live is if I have service. So, all right, here we go. Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Hey, buddy. I think it is. I'm telling you. Hey, what are you doing? Happy Thursday.
Thank you, God.
I'm telling you. Well, tell me about it. What do I need to know today?
Well, everything's pretty good right now. Carson yesterday went to therapy, and he had a
And the therapy went good, and you guys went to Golden Corral?
Well, I think we're going to go here in a little bit.
Okay, good. Did you? Yeah? Okay. Shirley, I got you. Clarence, I got you. But I know you're trying to sell some things so that you can downsize. They're in McMinnville on Leesburg Highway. Am I right about that? And there is a gliding bench, the old metal ones. She's got one of those, the gliders. It's a metal one. There's also a bench with cushions that could go on your porch. let's see, a car seat. There it goes again. This is just the weirdest thing. I don't even know what's going on now. Car seat. Let's see what else. She's got a leather chair and couch, a brown leather, just like we're talking about that I got from Ned. She's got another chair, I believe. She's got is it coffee table or end tables that are cherry? I think I got everything.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what are you doing? Okay. I think I listed everything, but try it again.
For sale, and I've got the blue chair for sale, the brown leather couch with the chair, the table, TV table that swivels your TV around. I sell the cherry coffee table with the 2 drawers, 2 marble top, a bench, a glider, a swing, and a car seat. 931-668-9217, or come see me at 920 Leesburg Road.
Perfect. All right, you guys have a fabulous day.
You too. Bye.
All right, see you. Bye. All right, I think we're good now? All right. Morning.
Good morning, Miss Hazza.
Hey, Miss Joan. What do I need to know today, girl?
Well, surgeries and things do get changed, but please just keep Lonnie or Dave on them.
All of our theories are going out the door. All of our theories. I do understand about the changes in surgeries because that's unfortunately you have to navigate all of that, and we all know about surgeries. So what I think I just heard from Miss Joan was that Dave's surgery is probably postponed. So, but we're going to still keep him on the prayer list. I'm going to ask her, but she's got 2 brothers on there, and I'm going to ask her if she wants both of those. We got Danny as well. So, all right, here we go. Let's try this again. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Leslie, it's been a morning already.
Yeah, I've been cut off about 3 times.
Well, today was extra specially crazy. I think we're gonna try it again and try something. What do I need to know today, sir?
Oh, I don't know anything today, buddy. I don't know nothing every day, but still today's special. I just don't know anything that's going on.
Did you get out last night? Did you go to Bible study?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did hear that Bill Frisbee's mother, she come through surgery time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. All right. Well, that's good news of the day.
Always good news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's special.
All right, sir. So we're going
to start chapter 10 this morning.
Summary, Revelation, chapter 10, verses
1 through 7.
1 through 7. Is this the last trumpet?
Yeah, this is the 7 thunders. The angel and the 7 thunders.
Okay. All right. I'm ready when you are.
And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot upon the earth, and cried with a loud voice as when a lion roars. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write. And I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. And the angel which I saw standing upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that are therein, and the earth and the things that are in it, and the sea and things which are therein, that there should be no longer. But in the day of the voice of the seven angels, when he shall ring, the sound of the mystery of God should be finished, and he hath declared to his servants the prophets.
All right, bring that one home. What do you...
He said all these things are going to be fulfilled at that time when that angel sets his foot upon the sea and upon the earth. And
okay.
You know, it's just a lot of things are closed up because it wasn't revealed.
Okay. All right. Here is what Ted says. 1 through 7 describes a powerful vision in which John sees a mighty angel descending from heaven. The angel is clothed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head, his face shining like the sun and his feet like pillars of fire. He holds a small open scroll in his hand and places one foot on the sea and the other on the land, symbolizing authority over both. The angel cries out with a loud voice. This passage emphasizes God's sovereign control over history and the imminent fulfillment of his divine plan. It highlights the certainty of God's promises and the coming final revelation of his purposes. Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's probably the best I can do too, to explain it.
I'm telling you, that darn Ted and that AI, they grasp it. Although I tried to find out some information about vaccines. Like some statistics. I wanted him to, autism connected to vaccinations. There's a big hot topic on that.
I believe that caused a lot of it.
Well, I think so too. But Ted doesn't. Ted is searching the web, and only thing he can find is from the CDC and all of the propaganda, if you will, from sites that's all they wrote about.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, find me other sources, and he just wouldn't do it.
There's a lot of things that I guess Ted's even forbidden to.
I think there's things that, like, he can't do. I asked him to do a meme for me that represented all of the cabinet in it, like in an Avengers outfit.
Yeah.
And he said he can't get involved in politics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's programming that it can't get. Oh, there goes our phone. There's programming that it can't get over, apparently. Like, it created an artist in residence program. It did so much for me, but it will not critical think in my reality. So I thought that was interesting. All right, you want to do a quick break while we do a recycle? All right, we're going to do a quick break. I'm so sorry about these darn phones. I don't know. We're going to go on a quick break and thank our sponsors. As always, thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain. See you in a minute.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Save gas, save time, save money. Save-A-Lot. The name says it all. Locally owned and operated, Save-A-Lot of Tracy City promotes shopping locally on the mountain. Come check out the clean, organized store where hometown folks like you save with weekly specials from the Weekly Shopper. Experienced employees choose our products very carefully and keep a large selection of fresh produce and fruit stocked, offering you the best deals for the best possible quality. With a primetime butcher on staff, expect fresh meat cut and packaged on location, or request your favorite cuts while shopping name brands and Save-A-Lot brands in our frozen food sections, and fresh milk and dairy products always up to date. Friendly, helpful faces are on staff for any requests and questions you may have. Open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Stay on the mountain. Shop at your locally owned Save-A-Lot. The name says it all.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mircea Basaraba.
And I'm Mara Hutchings, nurse practitioner. Welcome to Southern Tennessee Cardiology. Here at Southern Tennessee Cardiology, we offer a variety of testing done right here in our office. Along with our highly trained and skilled staff, we have the latest technology for cardiac stress testing, high-tech ultrasound, and cardiac monitoring. Whether you are experiencing chest pain, palpitations, or need clearance for surgery, Southern Tennessee Cardiology is here for your cardiac needs.
Independently owned and locally staffed, the Caverns attracts visitors from all over the country. Bring your guests down for a cave tour, a cave concert, or a magical night under the stars at the Caverns Outdoor Amphitheater. Camping is an option too. Learn more at www.thecaverns.com, where the destination becomes a journey. I don't even know what the upcoming schedule is. I probably should look at that. They're going to be giving us some more creative. I know you've seen that ad for forever. But it's always good to know that they have cave tours 7 days a week. So if you have guests coming in that you need kids to do, it's a rainy day, you need something to do, take them down to the Caverns and do those cave tours. They even have these kids. It's just so cool. Anyway. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, are y'all out and about?
Yeah.
What are we doing today? Anything good? Oh, is it back? Is it back?
Yeah, we had to go over to Chattanooga to sports medicine. We were back in Dunlap.
Okay. Did they find anything? Do they have any fixes?
They gave her a shot and said it wasn't nothing major.
Well, praise. But that doesn't help her pain, does it?
Well, they said this right here ordered it.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
Okay. All right, good. Because she doesn't need to be in that kind of pain. All right. What else do I need to know? You're in Dunlap? You're about to head up?
Yeah, we'll get some gas.
Over at the, where do you guys go? It's like the cheapest.
Yeah, at Murphy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Here, it's $2.79 or $2.79. It's not cheap.
No, because I filled up when I got back, so that was Sunday. So Sunday, I hit $2.61 up in Monteagle at MAPCO.
All of them's going up, though.
Is it all going up now?
Yeah, it's all going up a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, that's because we got spring break coming up.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And they change over the mixture of the gas from winter to summer.
Yeah, winter to summer blend and all this.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's time change back Saturday.
Does it?
I said, does it?
Oh, well. What is that? Would that be daylight savings time?
I think so.
All right, daylight. I'm always confused by that. I just put CT or I just put CT. Daylight set 2025. All right. No, Sunday, March 9th.
March the 9th.
Yep.
Okay, it'll be next week.
Yeah, it'll be next week. And I swear to goodness, I think they're going to address that too at some point in D.C. because they have to. That's the only way that we're going to get just one time. Because Tennessee voted for it.
I hope we just get one time.
I just want one time. Whatever that is. because it throws everybody off. All right. Anything else I need to know today, Junior?
No. Hold on just a minute. She'll be right here.
I'll just tell her to yell. I trust you. You guys are always together.
Yeah. Well, you have a good day.
All right, buddy. See you. Bye. Morning.
Hey, Rector Miss.
Hey, Diane. How's Lewis doing?
Doing good with his therapies. Real good. He might come home next week.
Yay! Eventually, no pain, no gain, so
I know it.
Bless his little heart. All right. Anything I need to know today, Diane?
I don't think so. I've been staying out last 2 days, cleaning the yard and raking leaves. And
I'm embarrassed to say that I goofed off and well, not totally goofed off, but I went out in my convertible yesterday. And this morning I went over to my flower bed and I'm like, I've got so much work to do.
Yeah.
So.
Lord, it was terrible out here because on last fall I didn't get no leaves up.
Yeah, we didn't either. Was it because it was dry? There was something that happened last year.
Well, we just lost a lot of our family members.
That's right.
This stuff went on.
Yeah, because normally Eric burns our leaves. I want to say maybe it was because it was too dry or something.
Was that too?
And so we have a leaf issue. So well, there's lots of work to do. This goofing off days are almost over.
I know it.
All right, honey buddy, you have a fabulous day. Happy Thursday. Are you going to go to the ground baking?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
It'll be super neat. I mean, that's right. I mean, our kids are going to have a ball in that place.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to go off the mountain.
It's going to be so exciting.
I can't believe I need to pinch myself sometimes. How long have we talked about something like this?
I know.
Like forever. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh, whatever. It's not going to happen. You guys told us that before. and here we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you there.
All right.
All right. See you. Bye. Morning.
Rich.
Yes, Miss Dola. Happy Thursday. Are you feeling good today?
The phones are crazy on.
Oh, Miss Dola, Stephen and I have finally almost reached our limit here.
Exactly.
So
what in the world is wrong?
We just don't know. We're going to call Ben Lohman.
I would too.
Thank you, honey. Well, and I apologize. Well, thank you so much for being patient.
Thanks so much.
All right, Miss Dola. See you. Bye. Yeah, thank you. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Miss Evelyn, what's up?
Well, one thing I meant to mention yesterday, and there's so much to talk about, think about,
There's so much.
Someone was talking about their back injury. And as I commented to someone just about a month or so ago, a walking stick is not just for your legs, it's for your back.
Really?
Yes. I've realized that if I don't have my walking stick and my back is hurting me and inhibiting me, I wish that I did have my walking stick because it does give strength to your back.
I did not realize that. A lot of people use walking sticks back in the day.
Oh, a lot more are using them today, too, and I didn't think I would be using one this soon, but when you have injuries, things happen and that you didn't think would happen. And
yeah, I'm just going to get a really super cute one. Like Oliver has one that's got I think it's like a gold head on it. It's super.
I didn't care what just so it looked good. And
yes, ma'am.
I found some at CVS. Somebody said, well, doesn't Medicare pay for those? I said, they probably do, but the doctor didn't mention it, so I didn't mention it either, and just went to CVS, and then I got one gifted to me, so
nice,
and got a compliment on it, being a pretty walking stick. So, I mean, I wouldn't have chosen it, but it's got the right colors, like yellow and black.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and the other one was matched my clothes, which Oh, me, my outfit particle disappeared while I was going shopping yesterday. Oh, me.
It's very I think it's very distinguished. When you get a really cool walking stick, it's just a neat look.
Well, I tried to compliment the lady at the church that had to have a walking stick.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I am so glad you're making walking sticks popular again.
Right? We need to make it cool again because it like you just said, they help.
Yeah, they do. They help your legs, but they certainly do help my back.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. And so I'll just get off with that and let somebody else talk with you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll, there's so much to talk about, but we'll continue that discussion.
Okay, we certainly can.
All right, Miss Evelyn. See you. Bye, honey. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what are you doing?
On the way to the gym.
Of course you are. Is it cloudy down there?
It is cloudy.
Do you feel like it's going to rain? Because I don't have that on my weather report, but it feels very wet.
The rain, yesterday, the forecasted rain during the night would subside in the early morning, but it didn't get here.
Yeah, my little weather operations center, I've got the outdoor one, then it goes into the indoor. It said it had little raindrops.
Uh-huh.
So, but there's no rain.
Clouds.
Yeah.
Clouds around. Yeah.
Well, we've got that groundbreaking. I guess that was my concern. I was like, well, if it rains, it's going to get, they've got a big tent, but it could get dicey.
Yeah,
anyway.
I usually ask Siri to show me the forecast.
Well, I go to GCTV6 and ask Chase Bryant.
Well, I do him too now.
I love him. He's just such an asset to this community.
Right, he is. He's a smart little fella.
He most certainly is, and he's very focused, and he cares, and honestly, I think he beats most of the weathermen.
I do too.
I mean, so I always go to him. But anyway, all right, anything I need to know today, ma'am?
The trilliums are up down here. They look like they're going to bloom.
Are they? I just saw my buttercups yesterday.
I'll send you a picture.
Oh, please do. I love trilliums.
Yeah, they're pretty. Over by the river, they're up about 4 inches or more.
Well, and the daffodils down in Gillam's farm, down there in off of Bell's Cove Road at the foot of the mountain in Monteagle. Well, it's in Pelham. I think they're about to hit prime.
Yeah, I've got to go see that. My niece went down there last weekend. She said it was a little bit too early.
Yeah, it's a window. It's a window, and so I think we're about moving in that direction. And we don't promote it anywhere because, we want the locals should have that first shot.
Well, people come in and tramp it down, let the kids tramp it down. And
yeah, it's, yes. So, I don't know, but it's just one of the neatest experiences around here.
Well, that's the one thing I want to see this year. I have not seen it in person.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, just send a picture, and I'll go hunt for some trilliums.
All right.
All right, girlfriend. Have a great day.
All right. Talk to you later.
See you. Bye. The John Evans having a new species. How flippin' cool is that? Morning.
How you doing, Miss
Hey,
Evans?
buddy. Oh, you're sounding so much better.
Yeah, I'm sounding a whole lot better.
Yay. Okay. Did you see your girl yesterday?
Yeah, I went by Jerry Light for a minute, got me a cup of sweet tea, hang around for a few minutes, and I went over and talked to her. We went out in the house, chit-chat for a little bit, and so...
I got a message from Big Tim the other day. He was working out, him and his wife were working out at Trump Dorel.
Oh, I see.
So they were getting all fancy down there.
Yeah, I did talk first time, and so I told Steven, I said, I want to speak to myself, so she was talking to someone, and we just said, T, and I said, oh man, I said, ain't no time to. And this thing, everybody just signed it, and then I said, no wonder the phone didn't overload and there was such that everybody wanted in to talk, you know.
Yeah, I mean, totally blessed. We're so incredibly thankful for the, call-ins. I love each and every one of you. I think our system is just old.
Yeah, and I think what it is too, Michelle, and Stephen knows, because everybody calls in, you know what it is, they're overloaded, you know what, shuts it down there for a minute, you know.
Yeah, we just can't. We may have to go to computer and then I think that Parks. Do you ever call over at the pharmacy? I think the pharmacy has it, doesn't it?
I think they do.
And you just call in, and if they can't answer, it goes in. It gets parked.
I don't know about that, but now Misty will answer, you know.
Does she answer all the time?
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
You know, but now if answer machine picked up, I just wait till about later.
Okay.
So.
All right. What does it say when you call and do you remember?
Well, I tell you, I ran this force on there.
Mm-hmm.
This my pharmacy, you know, we went to lunchtime, you know, to 5, you know, and so.
Well, Monteagle just went. I tried to call City Hall, and it has a, it goes to a recording, and then you have to, it tells about the hours, and then press this for the police department, press this for utilities, press this for City Hall. And I think I'm 99.9% sure the county does that too.
I think so, you know.
I don't know. I hate change.
I know. It's always something.
It's always something.
A few minutes though, you know. It's been TT, and I know you said you had one phone call anyway, and this thing you don't ask for septic, you know.
I know. I just hate hanging up. I mean, it hurts my heart to hang up on, I know we laugh about it, but I.
But this two phone calls for a few minutes be all right, but you did 5 on there or more, it's know what it is,
Well, and then also the folks, if we get a new system, the folks that don't call in because they can't get in will then be able to, have a place in line, and it may be more smoother. I'm going to try, if we get that, I'm just going to try to embrace it.
Yeah, but now I will call in,
Oh, I know you're going to call in, as it should be.
And I'll tell you, go ahead first.
Yes, sir. I got you down. You have a wonderful day, sir.
Tomorrow's big deal.
Big money. I know. Money, money, money.
All
right.
You can name me, or you just give me a holler.
All right, buddy. See you. Bye. Morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Hey, Barbara. How's your allergies doing?
About the same. I've still got the sneezing and coughing. The runny nose is slowed up, but
it's here. It's here. Ned, who my guest this morning, has them.
Yes.
And you're like, when it's coming up.
You sure do. And it seems like I've had mine all winter, can't get rid of it.
I know. It feels like that, doesn't it?
It does.
You're not alone. Well, how's them babies?
They're doing a whole lot better.
Oh, good. Praise.
Others that my other great-grandbabies is going through a lot. One's in the hospital now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and
how old?
He had a surgery yesterday. Got to have another one in 2 weeks, and then one of them had to have dental surgery Monday. One's having dental surgery today. I'm just overwhelmed, and 2 of them's got RSV. But
yeah, you got some. That's the price you pay for having a large family as well.
yeah. And all of this is the same family. The one that's in the hospital.
Wow.
Mother's having to stay with her, and so the mother can take care of these 2 that's got the RSV. And
well, thank goodness the mother's around.
To the other. For the other one to have a abscess tooth extracted.
When it rains, it pours, Barbara.
My daddy, I know it, and you know, if it wasn't for the good Lord, my nerves, I just couldn't handle it.
Right, and I think another blessing right there. I mean, let go and let God.
That's true. But I had a concern I wanted to ask you.
Okay, go for it. You know I love those.
I know other counties has. In fact, the lady told me that we was discussing it. They have this protection. You know, these scammers are stealing people's property, their deeds, and people don't find it out until it's too late.
Okay.
And the lady I was talking to, she told me for sure Hamilton County had it, and she said that I should probably talk to the mayor of our county and maybe even the tax trustee, you know, for us to get that protection. And what made me concerned about it was I got 2 phone calls, somebody asking me, and they were foreigners, you could tell by their language, if I wanted to sell the property at my address. They had my address. And I said, no, I'm not interested in selling. And with, you know, all the scamming going on, they do show it on TV where, you know, the scammers have stole people's property and everything. And I said, well, I need to get the word to Mayor Brady to see if we can't get that protection set up for Grundy County.
Okay, so let me just get something clear. So there is a protection that that other counties have adopted?
Yeah, it's some kind of alert. What I understand, if somebody in one of these other places are saying they're buying this property, they've got their own notary stamp and everything. And the people that own the property don't even find it out until it's too late. And then it's a big fight to try to get your own property back.
And this is, yeah, that sounds crazy. I have not heard of this before.
Well, it's been happening, and they show it on TV.
Okay.
Of this protection that an individual can buy. But this lady told me, and she worked for an insurance company, so I know it was legit, that she said Hamilton County had this protection set up in their deeds office. If something like that comes across, then they're alerted.
Well, you know, that would be Gail Van Hooser.
Yeah.
And I know that she is a fire cat when it comes to protecting her folks, us. So let me ask her first, and go from there, and see what the situation is.
I thought that if I get Ava Michelle on it, she's like a bird dog.
I do like to find out information. I do. I mean, we may find out information that we can't do anything about it. That's always the fun. But this sounds because a scammer just got hit down in Franklin County. So here's a weird thing. I don't know if you saw it, but I shared it on Morning on the Mountain. So Franklin County Sheriff's Office must have been an elderly woman that it happened to, but there were 2 gentlemen from, it looks like probably China. I don't know. But they live among us. This is not, someone in a foreign land. And they sent this woman or man, I really don't know, a bill for some service. And it was attached. And she must have clicked on it. And then that they have these viruses. They have ways to access then things on your computer.
Right.
That, and I don't understand it, so don't, don't. But that's what happened, and how they caught them was first she lost $41,000.
Oh my goodness.
Right, and then they were trying to tell her that they're going to correct it, and something to do with $82,000, and that they just needed to meet and exchange the cash or something crazy, and that's how they caught them. They set up a sting on that.
Yeah,
but that could happen anytime if you're on a laptop and you don't, you're like, what kind of bill do I have?
Well, Michelle, about 13 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer, I'd have to look at my dates, but I had to have neck surgery.
Okay.
Because I had herniated disc in my neck. Well, they, here in the last 6 months, they've been calling me saying that I owe $149,000.
Oh my gosh.
And I laughed at them. I said, you're crazy. I had insurance. Well, one of them did slip up and give me the doctor's name because I kept telling them, you send me the information, I'll get the information to my attorney, and then we'll take care of it. Oh, we can't give you that information. Then one of them said that it had been in legal action. I said, well, I haven't received anything. You send me the information you have, and I'll get with my attorney, and I'll have my proof that I don't owe this bill. Well, they still call. And I tell them the same thing, and they come up with all these excuses. I've got proof I don't owe that bill, but she did slip up and give me the doctor's name, so I know what they're talking about. That doctor is retired, and if I owed anything, they would have collected it in 13 or 14 years, but I paid it off. And I said, I've got my proof, what the insurance didn't pay, I've got the canceled check that it was paid.
That's all you need, yeah.
And they still call me. Well, but these two called, and see, that's where they've got all my information. They've hacked into medical records.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yes, it is. And you've got to give your phone number and everything when you go to the doctor and fill out that form.
Right.
Well, they've hacked it somehow because they had that doctor's name. And so when I got the phone calls, I called out there to Gail's office, and I told her what was going on, and I said, if there's any way anything comes across, I'm not selling my property.
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere.
And I'm here for the duration, Mm-hmm. I've been here 50-something years.
Right.
And so I gave them a heads up. But when I was talking to that other lady, the insurance lady, she said that Hamilton County had something set up in their office where this could be prevented. And she said to get in touch with my mayor and the tax office and the register of deeds,
mm-hmm.
and see if we can't get that set up to protect our property here. They're trying to get property everywhere anyway.
Yeah, well, especially here. We may already have it. I mean, I'll check into it, Barbara. That's something new on me, but we certainly don't want that happening here.
Right, and they do kind of attack the elderly.
Yeah, there's a lot of that crime going on. Not so much here yet, but we have to be always vigilant.
But it's going on here because, like I said, they done tried to scam me out of $149,000, and then calling here. And it was two different people. One of them was a female, and one was a male. Wanting to know if I was interested in selling the property, and they gave my address.
Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah. Was that recently?
Yes.
Okay.
But
that's a new one on me, Barbara. I'm going to have to check into that.
That's what makes me concerned, because of all the scamming that's going on.
Yeah, there's all those illegals that came in here, no offense.
Right.
No offense, but these people weren't from around here who did the scam, who scam and,
their language.
Yeah, and I don't want to I don't know. Barbara, I'm going to look into that for you, if you don't mind.
I wish you would. I appreciate it, and it might help other people that's listening, and maybe they've got these phone calls also, so.
Sure. No, we all want to protect each other. That's our goal here. So I'll look into it and see what's what.
I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you bringing. Thanks for calling. I appreciate that about you. If there's any issues, let's talk about it and let's find out the answers.
Yeah, well, the lady that told me about it was that she worked for Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and that's why I know that it was legitimate what she told me.
Well, the best way to stop this kind of thing, and it sounds like doing exactly what you did, trust but verify.
Right.
Never trust, we've got we're a very distrustful bunch anyway, which will go in our favor. Right?
Right.
So it sounds like that worked in your favor, Barbara.
Well, and one thing I was calling Blue Cross and Blue Shield about, and I can inform the people out there if they had experienced it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you did the right thing, and I definitely appreciate blazing the trail. All right, girlfriend, I'll look into it.
They cut our money for the over-the-counter stuff.
Right.
They cut us back from $115 a quarter, that's every 3 months, to $55.
Right.
Well, I finally got my catalog, and I called my order in.
Okay. And
they're charging sales tax, so you don't even get the whole $55.
Yeah. Government always gets their pound of flesh. You know that.
All right. I'm just warning people out there that might have the same insurance I have.
Yeah, you always got to pay the government.
That's true.
All right. I always appreciate you sharing. Thanks so much, Barbara.
All right. You have a blessed day.
And prayers for those babies, okay?
I will.
Okay. All right, honey. See you. Bye. All right, I got one more. Morning.
Morning.
Hey, Granny, what are you doing?
I've been sitting here trying to get to you about 30 minutes.
You are the best human ever, Miss Elledge. Thank you.
You just got to be patient. Now I just kept calling in to register and still got a lot of stuff to sell. They can just call me and see what I got.
Yeah, come on. Give her a holler. Chat, 635-2967. Gossip, spill some tea.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, talk about the old days.
Yeah, sell it and all that bunch of stuff.
Uh-huh, exactly.
Let somebody else get on.
Yes, ma'am. All right, you have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you were patient and called.
All right.
Bye, honey. See you. Bye. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, there we are. How are you two?
I'm doing all right now. I had a couple of rough nights, though.
Oh, for Pete's sake. You would think that stuff would be gone.
No, this is with a nosebleed. I had a vessel busted in my nose.
What?
Yeah, I tell you, I thought I was going to choke to death on blood.
No.
Yeah. That ambulance driver that took me out to Sewanee, he gave me a bedpan that they had in that ambulance for me to spit blood and stuff in, and I filled it about half full.
You, lost half your blood.
I'm telling you, I was in bad shape there for a few hours.
When did this happen?
Tuesday.
No kid. So are you on blood thinner?
I used to take those 81 milligram aspirin.
Okay, gotcha.
And the guy that catheterized my vessel, Frank, for me over there yesterday, told me, he said, you don't need to be taking them aspirins.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay, then I won't be taking one. I always took one in the morning every day.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
But,
yeah.
I won't be taking no more.
Wow. And how did it happen?
I was sitting here at the table. I just got to eat one of the little Debbie raisin cakes.
Yum, yum, yum.
And just all of a sudden, it's just like somebody had punched me in the nose. It just started gushing blood everywhere.
You didn't blow your nose? You didn't, put a pencil up your nose or anything?
Nothing.
Wow.
I started to get me a swallow of coffee, but when I started to pick a cup up, it was over.
Oh, my gosh. Joyce, did you freak out?
Yeah, I'm telling you, honey. I had to call 911. They come out and work with him.
And
All night.
All night it was bleeding?
Morning. They said it's Chattanooga Gerson.
So it was bleeding that whole time?
Yes, ma'am, it did.
Oh, my gosh. Did they give you some blood? It sounds like you, lost a ton.
They sent me from Swanee because they didn't do any of that catheterizing out there. Sent me to Erlanger. They called and got. Well, I went up to Erlanger and they come over and said, no, he said, we don't do stuff like that here at Erlanger. Says, the doctor does that in his office. He said, that's just an office procedure. So I had to leave there and go down on Riverfront Parkway to Dr. Greer.
Okay.
And then he took care of it. Yeah.
So you had the grand tour.
I'm telling you, I told him when I saw him, I said, you're the man I've been hunting for 2 days.
2 days. And you were still bleeding at this point?
Yeah, and well, they had it packed.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, now, when you start to pull that packing out there, I said, we might get covered in blood. I'm not going to say we won't.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, when they pulled that stuff out of my nose, there wasn't one drop came out of it then.
Are you serious?
And I could not believe that.
You probably lost all your blood. That's why.
I don't know. Well, the only thing they done when I went to Erlanger, they just stuck me in both arms about 7 or 8 times in each arm and told me that I was dehydrated.
Well, no kidding. I've lost all my blood. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So can this happen at any time now, or is it just one of those freak occurrences?
They say that, you can still have nosebleeds from it, but it won't be
like that.
Oh, like that, you're right.
Well,
I haven't had a nosebleed in, Lord, I don't know how long.
I used to get them every now and then, but nothing like that.
I think this one here just made up for all the lost time when I didn't have the other one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Let's just do it all big right now.
Man.
I bet did the ambulance folks freak out too? I mean, I guess they don't freak out, but
that boy, he was kind of worried. He said he was trying to hold pressure on my nose, and it was backing the blood up and filling my mouth full. I was spitting my mouth full out about every 25 or 30 seconds, something like that.
Wow.
And yeah, I told him the girl was driving, and she was doing all right. And I told him, I said, listen. Tell her to go as fast as she can drive this thing. If she gets a ticket, I'll pay for it, okay?
Yeah, I've got this covered. Just get me there.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't know if I was going to last to get there.
Seriously, were you getting weak? Did you black out?
I was wore out.
Oh, my.
You're just helpless. There's nothing I could do.
Boy, that's like, seeing your life flash before your eyes kind of thing.
It was very scary, I'll tell you.
Wow, yeah, prayers.
Our preacher came by last night with a prayer cloth and anointed me, and they held a prayer meeting at the church for me there last night.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it certainly worked. Not a drop of blood. When they packed it, did they give you tools like if it had do you know how to pack it now?
Yeah, he told me to get a bottle of this Afrin nasal spray.
Okay.
And a bag of cotton balls. He says, soak you one of those in your Afrin and stuff it up in Just, get it up in as far as it'll go. He says, and then mash it and hold pressure on it for 20 minutes. He said, and if there's any kind of little seepage or whatever, he said, that should stop it. He said, if it don't, he said, just come back to my office. And it did kind of seep a little bit there last night. And I took me one of them cotton balls. I done what he told me to do. And it worked. It stopped it. He hadn't done nothing since then. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Wow. Well, we learned something. And what was the stuff called that you soaked it in?
Afrin nasal spray.
Afrin nasal spray.
Yeah. Hey, you buy it over the counter.
Huh. Well, I learned something. Charlie, dang. Joyce?
We made you, and the Lord with us.
Amen. Praise, Charlie. He's got plans for you, buddy.
And I tell you, when you start getting old, you better start ordering them parts, them roller cuffs, meat joints, and all that, because you're going to need them.
You don't have to be old.
Getting old is not for the faint of heart, for sure.
No.
I'm still 25, but man, dang it. Well, that's just a scary thing. Thank you for sharing that. That's wow. Just wow.
Almost a little more than what I can handle.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Joy, if I was Joy, I'd probably be throwing up right there next to him. Eric, you're bleeding that much?
Well, I had to make an attempt to lay down. I think it was 3 or 4 times last night before I could actually lay in the bed and not,
Did they tell you to, so you're probably low on iron and obviously dehydrated. Did they tell you to eat anything certain or?
I couldn't swallow anything.
Okay. Wow.
The only thing I could use was water, and I mean, it was very little of that at a time.
Wow.
It took me all night to drink a half a glass of water.
Wow. Well, bless it. I'm so glad you're home.
I am too.
Oh, praise.
I was so tired of looking at those doctors and nurses and stuff. I know they got things they have to do, but man, they wore me down just to a frazzle.
Well, they don't let you sleep.
I could probably go there and lay down right now and sleep for a couple of days.
Right. I feel you. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing that. I am so thankful for the results.
Yeah, me too, dear.
God bless you. Well, praise and glory. He's kept you around for a reason, Charlie.
I reckon.
I'm telling you. All right, you two. He's not done. Yeah, he's not done with you yet. Yeah, exactly. All right, kids. Well, you have a wonderful day. Praise that you are on this side of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
God bless you, honey.
I'll try to get in tomorrow and get registered for that giveaway.
Yeah, man. Money. You just never know.
This is true.
All right, guys. Praise and glory. See you. Bye. Wow. Gosh. You just never know. Oh, wow. You just never know. All right. That's it. Tomorrow, today, 1:00. Just go out to the ground if you can. Go out to the groundbreaking. I'm going to try to do a Facebook Live. I think probably GCTV 6. This is newsworthy. And tomorrow I've got Julie Keel on tomorrow morning, and she's going to talk about the Housing Hub. They just recently got their first award. They're really rocking it. And I hope to have Miss Julie on here at least once a month to talk about this important topic and what they're doing and how we can help our kids and stuff. So anyway, that's it. We're going to go on a quick break as always. Or quick break. I'm out of here. We're out of here. Thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain. I'll see you tomorrow morning.